What's up, y'all? I can't see the chat yet. You have to give me a sec. How's everybody doing? Daryl, Joseph, Sergeant Tank Pets, third, OG Fish Rooms. Oh, hello, Keith, Tampa Tom. Is this where the fish people go next? Apparently it is. I just decided to do some random Monday night live stream because my day sucked. And as well, I just did like a whole bunch of maintenance on this 40 because I'm thinking about just letting it run for the summer because I got that big tank I need to set up and I really do not want to tackle two at once. Hey, Keith. Sargrath 80 Deuce. Is it still afternoon in Las Vegas? No. Well, yeah. It's like 6 o'clock in Vegas, probably. Hey, Rashawn, Judy. Hey, Rye. What's up, brother? Sucks about the Bruins, but let's go Celtics. Alpha, what's up? Okay, Joe, you got my email? Yeah, we can set this up. Listen, I got 4 children and I work a ton. So, like, for me to get anywhere in this house, what the size of it is still, and have quietness and actually have an interview, it's not going to happen. Like, it's got to be nighttime, or I could probably escape to the basement on a Sunday, I'm thinking, as long as the soccer is early. What's up, John? Oh, Tampa. Tampa Tom, let's go Lightning. Well, go Lightning then. They beat us, so. Hey, Denny. Hey, Heather. What's up, Rack? Rack's in the house. Mr. Racky Wrench, Wrenchy Rack, observing some birds probably this evening. Rack is retired, folks. In case anybody doesn't know River Life, he is retired, probably happily. Is it too much for a 50-gallon? Schools of gold barbs, cherry barbs, green platinum barb, 1 red-tail black shark, 3 yo-yo. No, I think 50 is good for that. I'd skip the shark, the black-tail shark, and just go with all your barbs. Just like nice big school of barbs will be perfect. We will do a weekday. I just have one grumpy girlfriend that goes to bed. So yeah, you always have your grumpy girlfriend. She needs to be more happy. Joseph. I mean, I can try to make it work for you on a Sunday as well. But it's better. I'm more relaxed at night when the kids are asleep and all my jobs are done. Dilly dilly, folks. Monday night random live stream. Sunny in Seattle. That's cool, Judy. One of my best friends lives in Seattle. So good for him and good for you. What's up, Clint? Filthy Phil. What would you put in a 36 bow front as far as stock and plants, no CO2? I love schools of tetras, and I love low-tech plants. Java fern. Any type of really moss will grow well. You can put jungle val like all in the back. I like that curved view, and when you place jungle val in the back, when you're looking at the bow of the front, it makes it look really cool. Anyway, the last bow front I saw with jungle val in the back was awesome. So maybe jungle val in the back, some hardscape in the mid-ground, and then in the foreground, maybe you can do, you aren't necessarily going to be able to do like a fast carpet, but you can do like dwarf sedge, you can do some bacopa on the left and the right, some Ludwigia. There's all sorts of great plants you can put. Johnny, hey, what's up, John? He's back. Waiting for a 16-year-old son to call for a ride from baseball practice. I got about 10 minutes. It never ends, Mike. No, it does not. I had work. Then I had HVAC guy come to the house. Not good news. Then I had my oldest son's soccer practice. And then my wife works tonight. So yeah, super fun. Fun day. Fun day in the life. Any problems with the shark only tank? I was thinking of 55 with rainbow sharks, red tails, and balas. No, there's definitely nothing wrong with the shark only tank. If that's what you like, go for it. That'd be really, really awesome. They do, they'll get pretty big. How about 55 with a school of denison barbs or roseline sharks? Those are gorgeous. Lisa, my ranch is in the house. What's up, girl? How's Canada? How's the temp up there? In Fahrenheit, please. Fahrenheit, please. Oh, I gotta fix this. I wasn't even in camera, was I? Stupid thing. You guys don't want to see my face anyway. How long do you have to wait until you do your first water change on new saltwater tank? You can do a water change whenever you want. Some people do water changes during a cycle. Some people don't do water changes for a long time. I just wait a month. After a month, go ahead and do a water change. If it's a brand new tank, that's probably a good amount of time. Yes, River Life. Appreciate that. Dilly dilly. Thank you very much. I just had like such a crappy day, and then I got to hang out with the kids finally outside for a bit, and then this tank behind me was driving me absolutely mad. So I ripped a ton of plants out, and I put some driftwood right in the middle, right there, to try to coerce my awesome, beautiful pleco to come out once in a while so I can actually take some pictures of them or something. And then, you get into it and you're like, shit, if I'm doing this, I might as well do double the water change. I might as well pull this and pull that. I might as well do this. So, and then I was like, all right, I got to shoot a video. I haven't shot a video in a while. And then I just said, screw it. I'll just go live and see what everybody else is doing on this fine Monday. Anything new in regards to my Aquarium Box products? We have a bunch of products that Greg is working hard on. Greg is working extremely long. Oh, Jesus, this is never going to work. Greg's working hard. And we're going to be putting our own branded products on Amazon very shortly, like really, really, really short. Greg's been working tirelessly on this for a long, long time. So we get a lot of good My Aquarium Box stuff coming out. Right now we have 4 boxes, and we are going to add a 5th box and most likely a nano box. So a little tiny box with mostly just samples in it, but a lower price point in case anybody wants to just have a little tiny box. The subscribers are going up. Our website is getting a lot of traffic as far as the shop.myaquariumbox.com. We're selling a ton of stuff on eBay, a ton of stuff on Amazon, but now we're going to be branding stuff on Amazon. So then you have to buy a barcode. That costs money, believe it or not, to buy your own barcode, but I'm super excited about it. He just texted, oh, all right, John, I'll see you in 20. Low 70s, perfect. I am doing great. The weather has been, last week was super crazy. May 1st, we had the wood stove going because it was in the high 30s, low 40s. And then 2 days later, it was in the mid 80s, and we had to put the air conditioner on. Now, we usually get from like May and maybe a week or 2 into June with like where there's no heat, there's no AC, it's just windows open, air out the house. Everything is, all the smells of the lilac and all the spring blooms and everything, and the cherry trees is all awesome. But this year is so weird. It's just like winter, 2 days of nothing, summer. So it's pissing me off. And my central air is broken. I need a new one of those. I also need a new furnace because the house is 30 years old and the furnace apparently is not doing well. So today was just a cluster of disasterness as far as that goes. As far as the tank goes, I'm pleased with the work I got done on that. And that's the answer to your question, Lisa. Cheers, Tampa Tom. Go Lightning. Yes, Nanobox is in the works. Greg has been dying to make this happen, and I think it's about time. Hit that like button. Hit that share button, folks. Like it, share it. Yes, you have to buy a barcode for each product. I believe you have to buy 10 at like $300 or $400 or $500. I'm not sure. Greg does all the finances, but yes, you have to buy like a group. You can buy stuff, like say you buy a bunch of Seachem stuff, and then you can send it to Amazon and they'll sell it for you and you make absolutely like pennies. But if you brand your own stuff and barcode it, then and start selling it as your company, first you have to have a company. You can't just buy a barcode and like sell a Bud Light. It's not how it works. You have to actually brand your own products and then buy barcodes, fill out paper, all that fun stuff that you have to do when you own a company. And then you can sell stuff on Amazon as your own company. I think it was like $300 or $400 for 10. I'm really not sure. Lumpy dogs in the house. Yeah, Nano Box. I know Greg's been talking about it for a while. I haven't even actually mentioned it in a while, but I have been getting lots of comments. Have you ever thought about doing a smaller box like for shrimp or shrimp box? But we do a lot of shrimp stuff in the planted box. But what I have been getting comments about is just samples only. Like, we sell bags of hermit crab shells that are, this big. Have we thought about making a tiny box where we just give like 2 hermit crab shells and like a tiny, tiny little sample of food, like all tiny, tiny, tiny little stuff. And people seem interested in it, so that's probably next too. GAR, what's up, fish peeps? What is everybody doing on this Monday night? I sort of rescaped my tank. I guess I didn't rescape it. Well, basically I just cut down everything in the tank and started with the bare minimum of plants and then added a piece of driftwood. So Reef Spy, what's up, buddy? How you doing? I love Reef Spy's channel. Reef Spy, sorry. I'm like lisping over here. Drop your channel link in the bottom, please, because anybody who wants to see like one of the most badass reef tanks, please go see Reef Spy. What's up, Cruz? Yo. You got a present in the mail, Cruz. Thank you very much. You are the man. Huckleberry, do you have to chew that bone so goddamn loud? What's the name of that plant you have in the back? Where in the back? I've got Blixa, Anubias, Dwarf Sage, Boos. I've got Crips, Java Fern, Narrowleaf, Broadleaf Java Fern. I've got Cypress Hellfire. I have Java Moss. Did I say that already? I've got, actually, believe it or not, I know it just looks all like a bunch of green, but I probably have like 10, 12, 13 different kinds of plants in here. Which one's Bob's stream? Tampa. Hey, Jamie. Hello, Susan. What's up, Kevin? Oh no, why did you do that, Cruz? Oh my goodness. I'm gonna owe this guy like 97 steak dinners and 43 30 packs by the end of this year. Thank you, Cruz, for the $50 super chat. That is way too kind. Anytime there's a super chat, dilly. Anybody out there in YouTube live content world, please cheers. Whether it's a coffee, a juice, a Gatorade, chocolate milk, or beer, whatever you got, martini. Thank you so much, Cruz. That's truly appreciated. Great. I mean, just unbelievable. You're always there. You might have to get a paper route now to start your forwarding all your super chats to all the awesome live streams. If anybody doesn't know Cruz, he moseys around all the live streams. He's a very talented, very knowledgeable person, family man whose wife is an RN, like mine. and he likes to drop super chats on everybody's live streams that he watches to show the support, and that is unbelievable, and I truly appreciate it. Thank you, Cruz, once again, and over. I'll thank you a million times. I think Greg mailed out your present today, and I did have the shirt size, so awesome. What's up, Steve Ninja? Good. Cruz drank, Reef Spy drank. Ryan's got sparkling water. Perfect. Doesn't have to be alcoholic. A cheers is a cheers. It's a celebration of happiness and joy and good times. So it doesn't have to be alcohol. That's what cheers means. Elegant corals. Brother man. Link it. Linky. Dilly Tina. How you doing? Steve just gets home from the gym. He jumped on the live. How's the rummy nose doing, Mike? I got all of them still alive, doing great. I got way more cardinals that I thought. I didn't think I bought that much, but apparently I did, because once I cleared it out and like there was actually one swimming a little weird. He's definitely not going to make it, but I thought I only had about 9 or 10 of them. There's probably about 15 or 18 in there, and there's got to be about 12 or 15 of the rummy nose. I love these small schooling fish. So pretty. Cheers, Jamie. Cheers with the milk, Ryan. Oh, sorry. How is that not possible? You basically just bought it. There you go, my brother. What's up, Dave? What's the best temp for saltwater fish and inverts? I have mine at 77. I think that's pretty good. I think like 77 to 80 for saltwater is pretty good. My tank, I keep my tank at 78, between 78 and 79. It fluctuates, but I think that's a good temp. Cruz, you're a wrench. Made it happen. Is it too late to get in on this month's My Aquarium Box? Yes, Reef Spy, I'm sorry. It is too late to get in on this month's My Aquarium Box. You have to subscribe before the 4th of every month in order to receive that month's box. So, for example, I explain this all the time, and I'm more than happy to explain it. I try to explain things like I am listening, because sometimes I'm like a child, just so everybody gets it. So this isn't sarcastic, me being a dick or anything. For example, this month is May. If you subscribed up until noon on May 4th, you will get May's box. Anything after that, May 4th afternoon, or May 5th, May 6th, May 7th, you will get June's box. That's not how we control it. It's the Cratejoy website that controls the months and how it works, just like a magazine subscription. You pay every month, and then you get your magazine every month. If you don't subscribe by a certain amount of time, then you are still subscribed. You just get the following month's box. Thanks for that. Like you're behind the camera, like posting on the Videotron with the words "Respect." Great question. Cruz, you're welcome there, sweetie pie. Oh, 93. That's pretty damn hot. Perfect swimming weather, yes. Any chance some white cloud fry can survive in a heavily planted tank? I've just started to see. Oh, of course. White cloud minnow like survive in anything. They're cold water fish as well. They can survive in tropical temperature tanks. I used to keep them in my 29. I love white cloud minnow, and if they start to spawn, they'll survive. I've heard some people say they have. You could throw white cloud minnow in the back of a toilet, in the tank, and they'll survive. But definitely don't do that. But they are super hardy, in my opinion. Then again, I'm not a scientist. And I'm definitely don't have a degree in white cloud minnows, but I have kept them for a lot of years. And in my opinion, they are very hardy. And you know what's cool is like you see in the background, like rummy nose, they kind of swim wherever. Cardinals follow each other, but they kind of like stick to the plants. White cloud minnows are like top schoolers. They always like swim in like the first like couple inches of the water column. So you can fill up like all stages of your tank. Don't just think like the fish that you want. Sometimes research the fish that will fill your tank. So say you have a couple bristlenose plecos and they can go on the rocks, and then you get some schools of cory cats that just scurry around on bottom, and then maybe some cardinal tetras that kind of like hang out where the plants are, or some dwarf cichlids that are pretty much like kind of just like slow moving. And then you have your rummy nose would take up the whole tank, and then some white cloud minnows which swim on top, and then you can fill every part of the column of your tank with fish, and you know you can really turn it into a beautiful tank. Cruz loves white cloud minnows. 43 watching, 22 likes, perfect, pretty cool. Cruz says, yep, head, rear, W. I don't know what that means. It's got 2 starfish, a sand sifting, and chocolate chipita doing well, though. What's the problem? I do not have a whole lot of experience with starfish. Any saltwater? Cruz, Dave, you know anything about starfish? Summon the Nightbot. Yeah, Kevin, I use have fluval bug bites. We put those in the MAB box, and my fish like them. I use all sorts of fish food, mostly my aquarium box fish food. But when I get some fish food, you know, to send out in the boxes and there's leftover, I always like to try it. Do it, Steve. Change that water. Oh, I gotcha. Yep. Yeah, bug bites is good. Stargrass. I like stargrass. I had that in actually a low tech tank. Um, it's such a cool name and it's such a beautiful plant. Uh, from what I remember, you know, it should be good lighting and CO2, but I had it in a low tech tank with pea gravel and root tabs, and I got it to grow pretty good. Oh, Cruz is asking stargrass, or he's talking about starfish. Oh, awesome. Yeah, someone's asking about starfish, Cruz, and I don't keep them. I mean, I have some of those starfish that are like super spiny, that basically everybody has in their tank. They come in on frags. They just stick in the rocks, and every once in a while you'll see their hands out. Had them for years, but never like bought a starfish. We will, brother. Hey, if anybody is wondering, we've been at my aquarium box for 2.5 years now. That's what's that? 12, 24, 30, almost 30 months, and we've never repeated a product. So we're going strong. We're getting subscribers. We're trying our hardest every month. Greg works long hours to think of cool stuff to put in that box. And then I pack them sometimes. Oop, I just rolled way too far down on the chat. Sorry. Yeah, Respy does great unboxings, Dave. I love watching his. I love the little tunes. I love to look at his tank afterwards. I love the ones where he does it on his countertop and then he's showing everything, but then he like cuts and goes to using something of that in his tank. That is awesome. Unlucky Eddie is in the house. What's up, dude? From way over there, guy. Are you riding your 4-wheeler and shooting squirrels? Probably not. That was my best New Hampshire accent. It's kind of like a Boston accent, but it's a little bit more weird. So everybody who thinks all New Englanders have the same accent, that's like saying everybody from the South has the same accent. No, no, no. If you're from Boston like I am, you have a Boston accent. The more north you get, it's still kind of the drop in the R's and such, but it's a little different, like Eddie's accent. Oh, I did it again on the thing. Joe says, I'm trying to get Joel. Oh, yeah. Joel, I'm sure Joel's in Germany right now, is he? I saw his Instagram thingy. Sarah Brand makes good. I like Sarah's the O-nip tabs that you stick to the your glass and the fish go crazy on it. As soon as the water clears up a little bit, I'm gonna put one on there because I did not feed these guys in like 2 days. Usually when I do a lot of maintenance, I stop feeding ahead of time. I don't want the tank like overly crazy or whatever. And when I do big water changes and a big clean out, I know that's the time you would think that you would clean out your canister as well. But what I do is I wait like 3 weeks because you're doing that giant clean out and you're clipping and you're stirring up crap and vacuuming it up and all this. Like you want all that to get into the filter, then you clean it and put a clean filter on a clean tank, as opposed to cleaning the filter at the same time you're doing that. Then you put the clean filter in, and then you have well, not 3 weeks, but like a week of like crap that you stirred up, just getting sucked in that filter and screwing it all up again. So that's what I do. Will Malefics work for a while? White substance behind my angel's eye, not eye pop. Most is gone, but he doesn't want to eat. So this is a kind of like a weird topic. Oops, I did it again. So I don't really medicate my fish at all. Like if they look sick, this may be come across as brash or however you want to take it. Some people are sensitive, some people are realistic. I don't really treat my fish. Like if they have ick, I might try to treat it, but if they have some like they're bloated or their shit's white or their eyes popping out of their head or if they have a hole in head or if they like fins are starting to like they're gonna die. They, if they make it, then it's survival of the fittest. But I don't start dumping a bunch of stuff in my tank to try and treat something that I'm not a doctor. I'm not a fish doctor. There is stuff that you can try Melifix. I've tried it before. I swear by Ruby Reef if you get ick. I haven't got ick in years, knock on wood, but it did work. If you have an ick outbreak, ick's actually not really that difficult to treat at all. But if there's like weird diseases, I don't know. It would have to be a big fish like that I've had forever that I just don't want to see like suffer. Huckleberry, get out of here. Get. For me to dump anything in the tank to treat the tank. That's how I've always done it. So no, I have no clue. I don't treat my tank. If the fish is sick, it's probably sick and it's probably not going to make it. Steve, how do you subscribe? You just go to myaquariumbox.com. Riverlife just posted it and pick out your box. We got planted tank, cichlid box, freshwater, saltwater. Huck, that's enough. Get out of here. Yeah, exactly. Gar, Gargatus. Sounds like a gargantuan, like giant thing. Yeah. I mean, if your water quality is good and you're taking care of your fish, if something gets sick, by dumping a bunch of stuff in the tank, I don't know. I don't know what it does. I've never liked. Excuse me for 1 second. Come on, Huck. Let's go. Sorry about that, folks. I don't know if you can still hear me. Coming in. Huckleberry is being one annoying mofo. But yes, I don't dump a whole bunch of stuff in the tank just to treat one fish out of the whole group. I don't know what that stuff is doing. I'm not a scientist. I don't test it. But I'm sure a lot of it works. And I have used it. I've used Melifix. I've used Ruby. I love Ruby Reef for ick. Tropical tank question: Eheim 50-watt heater for 10-gallon or Marineland 50? I say neither. Go with a Fluval M Series 50-watt heater. It's sleek. It's chrome. The light that shines when it's heating up is not that bright, stupid orange. It's like a dull fluorescent light blue, if that color makes sense to you. And you can barely notice it. It disappears right in the tank. I love those heaters. Love, love, love those heaters. They are a sponsor of mine, but I've used those heaters long before I even knew them as a sponsor or like helping out with my aquarium box or whatever. So I stand by that product because I've used it for years and it's just beautiful in the tank. You can't even see it. It just completely disappears right in the back. Love the Fluval M series. So yes, go with that one. There's probably a link in this actually description because I use them all the time. So I usually post a link. Dave says, can you just try one box without subscribing? Unfortunately, you can't, or we would be bankrupt this month if we had to pack a box for everybody that wanted a free box. It just would not work that way. But, that's a good idea. There might be something in the future for maybe like a freebie you can try. That's what we're trying to do, Dave, with the Nano box is less expensive version of the My Aquarium box, just really small, but you only get like a tad, like a tease. Maybe you have small tanks, or maybe you just have one like 5-gallon tank, and you don't need like enough to feed a 40-gallon tank every month, or a big enough pump, or this or that. And so you get like a tiny sample, and then maybe makes you want to try a bigger box later. But we are working on that. Good question, Dave. Okay. Chris, you have Indiglo, yes, Indiglo blue. Cruz, I don't know how old you are. I'm 38. I'm turning 38 this month. And when I was in high school, the Indiglo watch on the Timex, when you hit that thing and like the watch turned that blue, was so cool. And we always used to say, was sitting around high school doing whatever, like, yo, hook up the Indiglo. What time you got? Hook it up. Nighttime in the woods, Indiglo. So yeah, it's exactly what it is. Indiglo blue. Perfect. Lisa's got the Fluval M series. She likes them. I love them. They're like, not only do I love them for their like function because they work and I've never had one fail. Sorry, I did have one overheat a tiny bit though. It didn't like boil the water. It was set on like 82 and it went to like 84 and it was pissing me off, and then it went to 85. So I pulled it, but I was like 5 years old at that point. But they're just so beautiful, like functionality and look, perfect. Hey Chris, first time watching? Awesome. Glad to have you. Not free, just pay for one. Yeah, of course. So yeah, Dave, and anybody watching, My Aquarium Box is a month-to-month subscription. So you purchase a subscription, excuse me, you can do month-to-month, you can do 3 months, 6 month, 12 month, prepaid. But when you subscribe, it's just for that month. And then like a magazine subscription, every month on the 15th, it renews. So you'll get charged again, and then you'll get the next month's box. But you can pause your subscription so you won't be charged, and then you can re-up it anytime you want, as well as you can also cancel at any time right before the box ships out. So if you buy your box today, you'll get June's box, which will ship out the first week of June. Then on June 15th, you'll be recharged for your July's box. But if you didn't want that to happen, you could have either canceled your subscription before the 15th of the month, or just send us an email saying you'd like to cancel and get a full refund. And the box doesn't ship out till the first week of July. So there's plenty of time, 20 something, sometimes almost, 25 days for you to decide that you don't want the box anymore, and you can cancel and get a refund. So it's super, super easy to subscribe and to cancel. There's no strings attached ever. There's no you're stuck into something and you're going to, how do I get out of this? It's very simple to cancel your subscription. And it's also very simple to cancel your subscription after the reoccurring charge happens on the 15th. If on the 16th, you're like, you know what, I forgot to do that. No problem. Send an email, cancel your subscription, full refund. Lumpy Dog uses Melifix and Primafix for damaged fins from aggression. I've had very good luck with those. They are very weak and not dangerous chemicals. Not very, yeah. The Meliflex, isn't that made out of like tea leaves or something? I know it smells like super minty and tea, and definitely like frosts the top of your water. I noticed like the whole top gets super bubbly, like soap is in it for a while. I've dosed it before, but then again, I didn't even know what I was actually treating, So Cruz is 45, so he knows the Indiglo. That's why he said Indigo Blue. Yeah, I had one too, man. Yeah, first time subscriber to my Aquarium Box gets what we call the welcome box, and that is actually jammed pack, like full, and all the product is sponsored by all of our sponsors, which is a ton of people, like all the major brands. We have great relationships with everybody. We speak to them on like a daily basis about cool stuff to put in the box. So your first box is called the welcome box. It's going to be giant. And all your boxes thereafter will be the same as every subscriber gets. And we try to put awesome stuff in every box. Like it's really for the love of fish keeping. And I know I say that a lot, but it is like we're not making a whole lot of money and we're spending a whole lot of time, especially Greg. So we do this because we want you fish keepers to like find cool stuff. I love the stuff we get in. I'm like, oh my God, I want this. We got to figure out how we can buy 600 of them and put them in the boxes. Cruz used the Hydro Temp controller with the Fluvo Digital. Have to have Diane send me that. Death Mage is in the house. Thanks for the question, Dave. Awesome wrenchified question right there. Thank you so much, Death Mage. I'm glad you love your boxes. That keeps happening with I keep scrolling way too far down. My mouse roller is super sensitive. God damn it. Okay, here we go. Love eucalyptus. Hashtag fish fam. Java moss spread as a carpet. It will spread anywhere. It grows and sticks to everything. So if your like substrate is like all rocks or wood, like the Java moss will stick to everything, but then it'll grow up and it'll take over your whole tank. I just pulled literally like feels like 5 pounds of Java moss every couple of weeks out of my tank. It grows like crazy. Well, hey, we aim to please, Reef Spy. He says he shouldn't tell me this, but he got so much stuff in the boxes that he had to pause a couple months to catch up. That's good. That's okay. We appreciate the support of you being a subscriber, and we're constantly working on not just you're a subscriber, you get a box every month, but we're improving the website so that subscribers get subscriber benefits. So when they go to the shop.myaquariumbox.com, where all the driftwood and aquascaping supplies and liquids and this and that, like that, you get discounts and points added to your membership, because we want My Aquarium Box in the future. This is what we're working towards, to be a big website where you can buy anything you want. And if you're a subscriber, a member to My Aquarium Box, you're going to get reward points, you're going to get discounts all the time, and like that box you get every month is just kind of like the icing on the cake. So What will really be good is being a member of my Aquarium Box and then getting the box every month as kind of like, oh, my bonus, here comes my box. But all the other stuff is over the top. That's the goal, and we're getting there. We're like right there. Huckleberry is barking. That mofo is driving me crazy today. Yeah, is it West Indian? No, I am not a doctor, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn last year. All right, John. Awesome. John's back. Got John back. I love how Cruz's super chat's still just like lingering there, just reminding me that he dropped 50 bones. Unbelievable. Dilly dilly Cruz, one more time. Yes, crazy off the chart customer service is correct. Let's go let the Hucky in. Ugh. I wonder if you guys can still hear me like way out here, like a mile away from the computer. Come on, Huck. So he can come here and chew his bone right next to the computer and annoy me. This guy never runs out of energy. He is 11 months old, but awesome, Ryan. Yeah, go for it. Yeah, anything you guys that are subscribers or aren't subscribers, if you want to, throw anything down, we're good. Yeah, Dave, I'm at the slide. I just went to the slider, son. J Acorn, do we ship to Canada? So we don't ship directly to Canada. The box gets stopped at the border, and if there's something in it, it usually gets torn apart. We've tried several times. We're currently working on trying to find someone that wants to open up the My Aquarium Box franchise in Canada. We get emails and I get Facebook messages every single day, like hundreds of them. When is this coming to Canada? When is this coming to Canada? And we're trying to get there. But what needs to happen is someone in Canada needs to purchase a My Aquarium Box franchise, basically, kind of like Michael did in the UK, but in Canada. And, basically we have laid down the golden road. We've figured everything out, and you just need to open it up, and we help you like make that happen. Oh, thanks, Big Texas Tanks, dilly dilly, brother. So we have someone in mind who we thought was interested, who was going to check out a few things, but has not come back to us. So who knows? If anybody lives in Canada that wants to buy a My Aquarium Box franchise, that has connections, is willing to work hard, and have the attitude that it's for the love of fish keeping and you're not going to be a trillionaire anytime soon, shoot me an email. Thanks again, Big Texas. I really appreciate that super chat. Every little bit helps for the channel. Especially, I got to get this big tank set up soon, right after boxing this week. Me and Greg are going to move that tank downstairs, and we're going to leak test it. I should probably do that outside first. Me and Greg are going to move that tank into the driveway and leak test it. Then we're going to move it downstairs. Perfect. Lisa, are you interested? Do you have Drive? Do you have the ability to email constantly, talk to people, make connections, and work hard? That was like the silliest infomercial everywhere of all time right there. You can do it too. No. It is sort of like an interview process. We've had interviews before, we've had conference calls, and like I said, we had one person that we thought is perfect for it. And I don't know if this person is not interested anymore, or just is busy, or just hasn't, really had the time to, who knows, but we'll see. Potato Man, do I still have my suckers? No. And Lisa is the epitome of passion. Yep. Go ahead and email us, Lisa. Just email, just like when we were chatting on the My Aquarium Box email before. Email that. Steve's in Tejas too. And yes, but that's where I was. No, Potato Man. If you're asking me, I do not have my African cichlids anymore. My African cichlid tank has been my 40 breeder reef tank for over 3 years now. Should be right around the 3-year mark, I think, because I've been here 2 years. I had it at my house for a year, so yeah, it's got to be over 3 years. My other house, sorry. Yes, Lisa. Every mother is a queen of multitasking. My wife is crazy multitasker. You have to be if you have kids. Girl, mother, father, you got to multitask like a mofo. Hit that like, folks. Hit the share button. It's not going to be a crazy 2.5 hour one like it was the other night. I don't think. This is I wanted to come on and show like the complete like rip down of 1 trillion plants and a pound of Java moss, and then tell you how shitty my day was. If anybody cares to hear my sob story, I probably won't bore you with that. Really wasn't that bad. All my kids are healthy. I got to play outside with them today. Soccer practice, half day of work because I had to leave for the AC, but you know, it is what it is. That's life, folks. Some people, are losing family members, and this our friggin' brothers and sisters in arms are fighting for us to have barbecues and live the free life. So mine is extremely minuscule in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, John. I've bought plecos before that I haven't seen for months, and I thought they were dead. And then all of a sudden, like you go next to the tank at night, and you're like, "Oh my god, it is alive!" And it's like triple the size, and you haven't seen it in 3 months, and you don't see it for another 3 months. I only get to see. I have this beautiful pleco. It's like a bronzy brown with beautiful yellow stripes, and I only see him like every couple months too. Sometimes I'll see like his tail, like just like wagging out the top of a rock. So this is what I did is I put this driftwood in here. I found a beautiful piece of driftwood when we were packing boxes a couple months ago, and I was like, nope, this one's mine. I was gonna make something out of it and like hang it on the wall. I didn't know what I was gonna do with it, so it just sat in the basement collecting dust. And then I was like, you know what I'm gonna do tonight? I'm gonna rip out a whole mess of plants, and then I'm gonna put this driftwood right here and try to coerce my pleco to come out more often and gnaw on that thing. Big Texas is actually in Michigan. Oh, that's okay. Oh, Dre is now studying under the University of Wrenches. Not Wentz's, Wrenches. Oh, Kevin cuts grass. I love the smell of fresh cut lawn. I just love it. I love getting my hands dirty. I love planting. I love cutting grass, weed whacking, chainsaw, hacksaw, saw, anything outside. I love to do. Like if I could get paid enough money to pay my bills cutting grass every day, I would do it in a heartbeat. I have not. I think it's just Blixa, whatever you say it, Japonica, Japonica. Pretty sure that's what it is. Lumpy Dog and Big Texas are talking about Michigan. Tampa. Well, if you're in Tampa, I can imagine cutting grass is not that great when it's like 95 million degrees out. But I love I would literally cut my lawn all day long if I could. And I'd cut my neighbor's lawn and his lawn and every other lawn and just listen to music and do it all day long. But that's because I don't do it. So I suppose you're right. Because if someone were to be like, hey, I would do your job all day long, I'd love it. I would say the same thing. I'd say you wouldn't love it. I bet they're incredible. I'd love to have one of those too. I'd love to do all that every day. Right now, we have landscapers do it because when we first moved into the house, we were like, all right, I cannot push mow this lawn. It's like an acre. So I either got to buy the equipment or we got to pay the landscapers. So we decided to pay the landscapers so that I could save up for the equipment, but I also get to spend time with my children on the weekends, which is very important to me because I guess the time is more important than doing it myself because it probably takes like, I don't know, the landscapers have like 3 guys and it takes them like 2 hours. So if it was just me, it would take me, I would say, 4 hours. But I still love this fresh cut grass. My go-to substrate, just regular dirt, organic dirt, capped with gravel. Organic dirt that's full of nutrients that will just supply your plants with all the rooty goodness that they need. Any word from Aquarium Co-op about the merch to include them? Nope, we have not heard. I don't even think Greg has emailed him yet, Corey yet, because Greg went away for his first vacation in like 8 years for 2 weeks, so we've been a little bit backed up. Cruz Garza is in the house. Got to go good stream again. Thank Mr. B. Thank you. Yes, kids do love lawnmower rides. It takes David 2 hours to mow him. It would probably take me 3, I'm guessing. Plus, I don't just mow. I would have to weed whack and edge and then blow all the grass off of everything. Like that's what I used to do at my old house. It used to drive my wife nuts. She'd be like, I'd be finished mowing and the grass would look beautiful. And then she'd be like, are you weed whacking? I was like, yep. And then I'd be weed whacking and be finished that. And she'd be like, are you leaf blowing? I'm like, yep. Like I'd love everything to look perfect. So if I were to do it at my house, it would take me like I'm thinking 4 hours. It's just too much grass. $9.56. We got 55 people watching. That's unbelievable, folks. So happy on a Monday that you guys are here watching me talk about basically nothing, but I do love the interaction. David has 3/4 of an acre. I'm on 2 acres, lots of woods. So I would say like maybe like a half an acre or 3/4 of an acre of just grass. Like it's unbelievable. I mean, we lived in a small cape for 10 years and saved up a ton of money and finally moved into, the house that we always dreamed of, that we talked about forever. Lots of space in the woods. Neighbors are way far apart. Love it. Would never leave my house if I didn't have to. Yeah, Death Mage. That's me. I would when I was smoking butts. So I've been cigarette free for 3 years now. That's what the toothpick's always for. In case anybody was wondering, I used to smoke over a pack a day for 20 years. From I started when I was 15 and I stopped smoking when I was 35. And I went cold turkey because all the other ways just didn't work. But I would go outside at night after I'd cut everything, weed whacked, went around and be like, ooh, that grass blade is just a tad longer, and I'd pick it, and then I'd go around in the early spring when it was still like really moist and like the slugs would start to come out and like start eating your lawn, and I just like I would just burn slugs with my cigarettes. That was when I was smoking, because the slugs would just destroy lawns. I'd have my first son Nate, who's 10 now, in that little like front backpack thing, and I'd just be picking weeds with him like on me, and his just head be going boing, boing, boing. Pick those dandelions, cut them out. Was obsessed with my lawn. Now I do still love my lawn, but someone else takes care of it. I fertilize and everything, but someone else mows it. Hey, good for you, John. 10 years, good job. I'm 3. 3 years, no butts. I won't ever smoke butts again. No, I mean every once in a while, it looks like so delicious, but no, feels so much better in the morning. People walk by that just have a butt on their butt break or whatever, and they just like smell like shit. I don't care if people smoke. You should be able to smoke. If someone said you're gonna live till you're 95, no matter what you do, I would probably go start smoking. But it's expensive and it's bad for your health. So I got kids and I need money. So that was time to quit. Kevin said he quit for 10 years too. Is it 10 years, or you quit for 10 years once and now you smoke again? Dwarf Garamis corridors. Oh, IFG is in the house. IF Jizzle. I'm sure he is editing at least 16 videos. Oh, Lisa started vaping. She's been 2 days with no cigarettes. Come on, just knock it off, Lisa. Enough with everything. I know it's tough, and I know it's so much easier for someone who isn't smoking to say it, but I smoked a pack and a half a day. And on the weekends when I was drinking a ton, like 2 to 2.5 packs a day for 20 years. So you can do it. You'll feel so much better. Unlucky Eddie quit smoking on September 1st, 2001. That is 17 years of no smoking. Good luck and congratulations to you, Eddie. You can do it, Lisa. Never mind that vape. Kevin's been done for 10 years. Good. IFG says Congo tetras are his new favorite community fish. Dilly dilly. Yes, Lisa. Dilly dilly. You don't need those butts. I know it's going to suck for, a little bit, but forget about it. Just find something else to do. You got kids, so you're busy. You shouldn't, you can do it. Cinnamon. Keith says cinnamon helps. He quit 9 months ago after 25 years, so. IFG, does crack count as smoking? No. Cigarettes are probably way more addicting than crack. I've heard cigarettes are more addicting than heroin, but then again, I've never done heroin or crack, so I can't speak to it, but I do know nicotine is friggin' addicting as all hell. I tried to quit so many times and it didn't work. Let me tell you a quick story so I don't bore everybody. So this is how I quit smoking. I was smoking like a pack to a pack and a half a day. But I never smoked in front of the kids. I never smoked in the house, not once ever. So it was becoming pretty nagging to sneak away and smoke that many cigarettes. Or I'd sit in my car and I'd just rip them down like crazy. On the way home, I'd be like, all right, I got a 35-minute commute. Friggin' jam as many cigarettes as I can smoke in. And then I was like, what? I would feel like such shit. When my kids were little, my two boys, when they were real little, I used to like, if we had to drive like 45 minutes to a birthday party, I'd like pull over at Dunkin' Donuts and be like, oh, something might be wrong with the tire. Let me just go check this out. This is what they were in car seats. And I just go in the back and I back of the truck and rip a cigarette real quick. It was pathetic. So it was weighing on me, like the things you do, sneaking away to go smoke butts because everybody's not smoking, so you feel like a dink. But then you come back and you literally reek of cigarettes. Like, don't think you can go out and smoke a butt in the wide open and then walk into somebody's house and not smell like cigarettes. You stink. And it was gross. My poor wife, who doesn't smoke, dealt with that for 15 years. And one day she came up to me after we've already had 3 kids and she was pregnant with our 4th and said, hey, asshole, can you stop spending all our money to kill yourself? Seriously, grow up. Quit spending all that money to leave your children earlier than you have to. And I was like, oh, all right. I guess I'm done. That was like hit me right in like a sledgehammer in the face. And that very night, I remember on my deck of my old house, I cracked a beer and I smoked like probably was the best cigarette of my life. And then I threw my pack away and went out and bought bamboo toothpicks because they don't break down like those stupid restaurant toothpicks that are like junk in your mouth in like 5 seconds. These last like forever. And that was it. All done. It will take all kinds of energy and mental like willpower, but anybody can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Trust me. So that's my rant, non-fish rant for the night. Sorry, folks. And for everybody who smokes, smoke them if you got them. I honestly don't give a shit if you smoke, because I would love to have a cigarette, but you know what? It costs a lot of money and it's bad for your health. So I do love life. So I'd like to try to live as long as I can. All right, where's the chat here? I'm way super far behind. Aquarium, kids make all the difference, right? That's awesome. Yes, they do, Melanie. Kids, once you decide to have kids, you basically live for your kids. And when you're happy about that, then you've made it for sure. Unlucky says that statement deserved a thumbs up. I don't know which statement it was, but dilly dilly to that. I'm sure it was something in there in that rant. Bubba's in the house with his rant. Oh yeah, because he's in friggin' the hotness of Arizona. Yeah, you'll always want to smoke, Eddie. I mean, it never ends. It's just awesome, but it's bad for you. Death Mage is allergic. Yeah. One Man Aquarius says smoke weed, which I do because it's awesome, but it's also legal in Massachusetts. Steve Ninja, dilly dilly. Got to dilly dilly it every time. Reef Jeeves is in the house. Graham asks if I smoke weed a lot. And a lot, Graham, is actually 2 words. It's a, then lot, right? What's up, Joseph? Dilly dilly, Joey Lambert. Cruz Garza says he's trying to stop drinking. That is also a killer. If you drink, like, I love to drink Bud Lights, but like I don't drink all day at work or like the second I get home, or like, like I like to have a few beers and relax, but if it's out of control, then it becomes a problem. Yes, IFG, the withdrawal is killer, but it does not last too long. Yes, Kevin's weed is beer and Bacardi. The thing that got me when I quit smoking was I really wasn't depressed about having a cigarette in an hour. I was depressed about all the times in the future I would miss smoking. Like, I love to ice fish, and I love to ice fish, and I love to smoke butts while I ice fish, or have a coffee in the morning with my cigarette, or after a meal, or when I'm drinking, and then you start thinking of all these reasons, all these times when you love to have cigarettes, and then it makes you want to just like forget about it, and then you start smoking. Or then you get so depressed about a cigarette that you've never even had that is months away, and then you have to realize and talk and say to yourself, right now I am wasting my time being grumpy around these people, my children, my family, my relatives, my coworkers, because I'm pissed about a cigarette that I may or may not have 6 months from now when it's wintertime and I'm ice fishing. And then you just like use your head like, holy shit, I am completely like, the nicotine controls me. I'm ruining day by day. I haven't even quit yet, and I'm already ruining the cigarettes I haven't even had, and I'm depressed about that. Like, seriously. So yes, it's mental, and it is physical. Once the physical part is gone, which doesn't take that long, it's in your head. And if you have like a oral fixation or whatever with the cigarette, grab a toothpick, pretend it's a butt, flick it out the window. I don't know, but it doesn't work for everybody. It worked for me. It was really my wife that laid down the hammer and said, "Yeah, you have 4 kids that would love to have their dad be a papa one day. So enough with the nonsense." Reefing with O says, "Does Greg do everything?" He does like 75 to 99% of the work now. No, he does so much. Greg is like super smart, and he deals with all the finances, uh, a lot of the manufacturing and bagging that and doing this and the boxes. And I have some ideas here and there, but there was a lot of work from the first year, where I was on the phone with people and sending emails. And you know we made this decision when we got into it, and Greg knows that I am a father of 4 who's has a full-time job and has a lot of sports and just like busy, 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 busy. Like, and he knows that he has some spare time. Greg really is passionate about my aquarium box like no other. He is the most passionate for sure. And he puts in a ton of work. Like, he does pretty much have a full-time job, and then he has my aquarium box as a full-time job. He puts in the hours, but Greg is a workaholic, and I don't think he would deny that. He always needs something to do. I rarely see Greg relax. Um, I'd love to see him relax one day. I hope he relaxed on his vacation. I hope his wife Julie, awesome girl, got him to chillax, and I think he did, because I didn't know. I only heard from him from like twice, and I'm the one who emailed him one time or texted him. How long do I leave the lights on in my Nano, Greg? Sorry, Graham. 12 hours. If it was just on a timer, it would be 6 hours. But with the Kessel and the spectral controller that I have, I'm able to ramp them up for 12 hours. So like slow, like light, 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 light. Intensity increases until it's at a high point, and then from that max light, it slowly goes down. So sort of like mimicking the day, as opposed to just like my 40 breeder with the Mars Aqua and the blues and the whites, where the blues just kick on full blast for an hour, then the whites kick on full blast, and then the whites kick off and the blues kick off. There's no like intensity increase and decrease. It's just like boom, full blast, full blast. So I have the 13 gallon on for 12 hours, but at a increase and decrease intensity. Yeah, exactly, Joe. Actually, Greg's been doing a lot. He's there for everything. He also packs too. Only twice did I have to pack by myself, and it was a nightmare. Greg is in the house. My brother. What's up, Gregory? What are you doing right now? I'm sure you're not watching TV, and you're definitely doing something My Aquarium Box related. I would have to say this, like, a lot of people have been asking tons of My Aquarium Box questions. There's a lot of the stream has been My Aquarium Box stuff. Just throwing it out there, but I'm on the edge of starting some YouTube videos. Would anyone like to see the stuff? Of course, Big Texas Tanks. Hashtag FishFam. We want to see what you got. What's up, Falcon Quick? That's what I call my wife's Suburban, the Falcon, Millennium Falcon, because I'm a huge Star Wars dork, and it's a giant boat of a vehicle and is the gray of the Millennium Falcon. Yep, Ryan did just sign up. Physidens fontanus, hard to grow, low tech. I cannot tell you. I have had some Physidens before. I don't know if there's multiple kinds, but I did have it in a CO2 tank. While I do love plants and know some stuff about a lot of plants, that is one plant that I do not know certain genuses. Like, is there more than one? And if so, I probably had one of them. But the tank I did have it in did have highlight and CO2. So I have no low tech experience with that plant. Very sorry. What are you doing, Greg? Are you on the computer? Are you watching TV with Julie? Alex G is in the house. What's up, Alex? Always keep up with your videos. I love to see what that tank is, how that tank is progressing, or that like a 1,000,000-gallon system you have. Do you? No, I don't use catappa leaves because I don't really have a need for them in my one freshwater tank I have. Cardinals love them. Well, I'll have to try. I mean, we do have them. Ah, see, Craig is packing my aquarium box stuff in bags. What's up, Critter Cousins? Alex is sitting in front of his big, giant 9,000,000-gallon tank, just chillaxing. I say, if you can have a tank, what's up, Reefer Madness? If you can have a tank in a spot in your house where it doesn't make a lot of noise, so you want the water level to always be good, you want your filters to run like smooth and quiet. But if you can have a tank in your house where you can do your regular stuff, like you're cooking or you're hanging out with the kids or you're watching TV, but just have that tank like off in the distance where you can look at it, that is awesome. Most of my tanks throughout my life have always been like down in a fish room in a basement. So having a tank like up here in the kids' playroom is really cool. Yeah, Greg, you're right. Alex does need a shark in his tank. The thing is way too big to not have a giant fish. What's your thoughts on a 10-gallon for freshwater, saltwater? What are we talking? Yeah, Lisa, that's hilarious. Alex could probably swim. I want to see a YouTube video of Alex putting, well, I don't want to see him putting the wetsuit on. I want to see him already in the wetsuit, and I want to see him get in his tank. Critter Cousin says, Bud Light, what happened to Guinness? I got Guinness in the fridge too, man. I only drink Bud Light on these things because they're easy to just like keep hydrated. Right now in the fridge, I've got this Wormtown American Summer Citrus, which is American wheat ale. I've got also another, that's from out of Worcester, Mass. I've got another Everett, Mass. It's called, it's the name of the brewery is Night Shift, and the beer is Whirlpool. I've got some Wachusett Summer, also from Wachusett, Massachusetts. And I've got some Magic Hat, number 9s, one of my favorite breweries from Vermont. So yeah, I drink a ton of. Oh, I also have Dogfish Head. Uh, the shit, what's it called? Sea Quench Ale. It's like sea salt and lime. So weird beer, but I like it. Unlucky. Yes, my Guinness does belong in the fridge. Maybe your Guinness doesn't, but mine does. Joey did that swimming in the tank. Yes, Joey has done everything. He literally has done every video on the planet. That's why every one of Joey's videos now are him either feeding his fish or moving a fish tank. No offense, Joey. You have a trillion subscribers. You have great content. You've always done it great, but like enough is enough with the this is what I feed my fish and this is where I'm moving this tank. I do like oatmeal stouts for breakfast actually. There's a milk stout, a breakfast stout. It's a milk stout. It's really, really good. You can drink it for breakfast for sure. Oh, you like that one, River Life? I love Sam Adams too. I love Corona with a lime. Am I doing anything for my birthday? I have no clue. Gregory, did you get me a birthday present? Why do I like 40 breeders the best? I love the bigness and the compactness of them, and I love the how deep they are in the back. So they're 3 feet long, I think by 2.5 or what's that? By I think it's 3 feet long, 36 inches by 18 inches tall, but they're like super deep. I think it's 18 too. I forget. Um, but I just love the dimensions. You can do so much. You're not limited by space for, the size of the tank. 55s I don't like. They're just long and thin. I do love 75s, but they're big. So if you're getting a 75-gallon tank, you got to have space for it. Your floor needs to support it. It's a lot of filtration. It's a lot big water changes, and then of course you get bigger and bigger and bigger. But like any just regular tank for someone to buy, like I'd say 40 breeder all day. Too many rocks in the tank. Oh yeah, how they piled up high, Alex. Ooh, Unlucky brews his own mead ale, like it's like the 1700s. Yeah, I do like Coronas. Anything, Big Texas, I do not like IPAs. Hate IPAs. Absolutely cannot stand the IPAs. Oh, thanks, Greg. It's in the mail. That's nice. Big Texas likes 40 breeder. So does Reef Spy. Reggie doses his tank with twisted tea. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, that's a good price, Kevin. No, we're not talking puffers. Yeah, Greg, I already been telling the folks that we're gonna move that tank. I got the spot for it. I already talked to my boy who came over for the electricity. Everything's good. Yeah, I like the Yingling Black and Tan. It's pretty good. I like the Yingling lagers too. No, River. I do not like IPAs. I keep trying them over and over. It's like Bloody Marys. My wife loves Bloody Marys. They look so delicious. And you get those fancy ones with like a buff chicken wing hanging out and the olives, and it's like crispy bacon and celery, and like, you put a friggin' stuffed chicken on top. But every time I taste it, I'm like, ugh, this thing is nasty. I don't have my contacts in, so I gotta like zoom in here. What's your thought on a quarantine tank? Set it up for daily water change or bacteria system? Yeah, I mean, I don't have a QT tank, but they are definitely like a smart thing to do. No, Greg, I will not drink crap. I just will not drink IPAs. Yes, thank you, Unlucky Eddie. IPA is the rotten squirrel of beers. I did see a comment way up say that I was taking shots at Joey. I am not taking any shots at Joey. I speak to Joey a lot, and he's a guy that can take it. He hasn't had any content come out. Like, I can't wait for the shark eggs to hatch. Like, don't get me wrong, there's videos I can't wait for him to put out, but you know, hey, if I could get 200,000 views for like moving a tank from one side of the room to the next, or saying this is my 9th video on how I feed my fish or what I'm feeding my fish, yeah. But you know, he has a schedule and he has videos to put up, so you got to put videos up. You know, there's only so many videos you can make. You know, everybody has got to think what kind of videos they're going to put up. I have had no ideas in a while, so I decided to do a live stream. Yeah, the Green Monster IPA is okay for an IPA. It's pretty mild. Red. The problem is you have to wear. Though I do not have like giant. Look at. Let's give my. Look at these pipes. I don't have any pipes. That's why I cannot wear a wife beater. Yes, Lisa. Joey is a good guy. I'm not trash talking Joey at all. I don't even know Joey, so I can't say he's a good guy. But he seems to be a good guy when we chat via, you know, through the texting machine. Yes, Unlucky Eddie says to Lisa that she has to defend her fellow Canuck. Hey, Joey does good things for the fish community. You know, he's a good guy for that. John, I do not yet. I've been dying to put an outdoor pond in. I have the perfect space. I have already shoveled it out to put like one of those like nice like peanut shaped black stock ponds, and then you know just put like a return pump and flow it down the rocks, make a waterfall. I have the idea in my head. I have it written down, like sketched out on paper. Just the time is always, for me, the time is always the issue for me. Like my kids have so many sports and there's just so much to do. Like I never am one to do something just because I want to do it real quick and do it the wrong way and then not take care of it. Like if I'm going to do it, it's going to be done the right way, and I'm going to know that I can take care of it and have it be cool. Like it's, you know, that's just the way I am. Like I'm not going to do nothing for nothing. JB in the house. Yes, Jeff B does have the dope ass Dovey pond. That I love it when he sticks his hand in there and the thing's like like a shark. Lisa says she doesn't like maple syrup. Isn't that is that Canadian blasphemy? Actually, like Vermont is famous for maple syrup too, and I'm like right there. I love maple syrup. I put that shit on everything. Isn't that what the lady, the Frank's Red Hot lady says? Greg says ask if Jeff is avoiding the lava. Yep, I already asked him. Kevin, that would be amazing. I've been dying for that ever since Rogers was in the league. Brady Rogers would be the ultimate Super Bowl. IFG says 12 down, another 12 to go. Yep, so he just finished 12 videos. He's got 12 more videos to go. I should actually send an email to Bud Light and say, Dilly Dilly Bud Light, will you sponsor my live streams? And maybe they'll send me some 30 packs. So I think we can do like, I don't know, let's call it like 10 more minutes. If anybody has any questions they need to ask, it is getting late. I can't be staying up till 10:30. I'm old. No, I'm kidding. Lisa's just been wrenched. Lisa just wrenched John. What are you saying, John? Hope it's nothing foul. Lisa, don't mess around. She's got full control over what everybody says. Yeah, Eddie, you should do like a maple ale, like a nut brown ale, but with maple syrup flavor. That'd be badass. Yes, River Life. Good job, team. 66 likes, 62 people watching. I love Critic Cousins. I do love crushed shells. Oh, now John was hidden by Bubba. What is going on that my wrenches are destroying this guy? I'm fine with it. You guys got it. That's why you're the wrench. Lisa is quick on the trigger. By the way, folks, if you fuck around, Lisa will totally delete you or ban you. She don't mess around. As well with IFG, he also has a wrench, but he's kind of just here because he's my boy. Greg's got a wrench. He takes care of shit. Bubba obviously took care of shit, but don't mess around. Lisa's got the control. She's got the eyes watching on the live streams. Aquatic Addiction says, "What? Oh, this is a great question. What software do you use for your videos, free or pay? So far, I'm just uploading from my phone. So much I need to edit. Tired of redoing them. All right, this is the software I use. It's extremely rare and extremely expensive. But I'm gonna give you guys a secret. It's nothing at all. I'm just kidding. This is the software I use. I have Mass Aquarium's iPhone. This is what I do. I click, boom, I shoot, then I do this. Upload, bang. No edits, no nothing. I never have and I never will. I know the quality of my videos aren't the greatest, but it is what it is. That's my style. That's the way I do it. I don't have time to sit there and edit for 4 hours. I do love people's videos that are edited. They're super entertaining, and I literally wish that I could do that and have the time to do it. To fiddle around and figure out like cool things to pop into the videos and music or like background drops and everything. That is awesome, and I wish I had the time to do that. Maybe when all the kids are in school, that would be amazing. I just don't have the time to do it. I've never done it that way, and I don't plan on doing it anytime soon. But everybody who does it, edit, congratulations, because I know it takes hours and hours and hours to edit, like maybe like a 10-minute video or something. But I can't do it. I don't have the time. Yeah, Jeff, they might bug out if I start editing. Oh, that's awesome, Graham. Thank you, Lisa. Thanks. Dilly dilly, Lisa. Never have, never will. Hashtag. Oh, I like that, Bubba. Hashtag never have, never will. Cheers. Thanks, Travis C, for the yellow super chat. Ooh, wow. I got to Xiphophorus maculatus. I hope that's not Latin for something naughty. Is your platy strain correct? I am on a mission to get a group myself. I have no platies. If you're talking to me, I don't have any platies in my tank, in any of my tanks. But that is one badass word nonetheless, and I do appreciate the super chat. Oh, I never bothered with iMovie River Life. I couldn't do it. Could not do it. Kyle, the tank behind me does have CO2, and Greg, if you're still listening, you'll be happy to know, with this giant clean out today and huge water change, I put the diffuser on. Ayo, like it's pumping out pretty good here. Yeah, I like the diffuser so far. I did save my atomic diffuser in case this one fails in like a while, but I do like it, Greg. Good to go. Put it in the box. See, folks, we test everything. Greg came up to me and was like, I need you to test this diffuser out because I really think it is a good diffuser and we should put it in the planted tank box. And I'm like, okay, I'll put it on my tank. And of course, like, I'm super busy and like a million weeks go by. And then he's asking me, I'm like, all right, I'll put it in the tank. So I put it in the tank today. It's pretty sleek. It looks gorgeous. And it's diffusing CO2 well. So I like it. Oh, I'm way behind on the chat. IFG, I asked about the screw up vids. Mike ignored me. Sorry. I'm bad with the chat. There's so many going by now. Steve says done. Dilly dilly to you, Mike. Oh, I'm way behind. I'm way behind. I'll never catch up. I'm going all the way down to the bottom. The screw up bids. I don't know your question. IFGzel, but I haven't made a screw up in a while. So eat a dick, I guess. No, just kidding. Yeah, I have episodes of Fish Keeper Screw Ups and where I share my stupidest things I've done with fish tanks and stupid things that I want you guys to know to try not to do. My last one, I think, is when I dumped 55 gallons of RO water in my basement, trying to lift it up to dump it outside. It was wastewater. Oh, that was the worst. But I did have a one fish keeper screw up that I didn't actually label the video as fish keeper screw up, but I was a dum dum and I screwed up and I left the top off my 13 and a half gallon reef tank for way too long. And one of my gorgeous platinum clownfish leaped to his death and became a platinum chip. It sucked. Alex G says, what is my dream tank size? I really don't have a dream tank size, but I would love a pond where, like, not a koi pond, but like a bass pond. And like native fish, frogs, it freezes over the winter, but that's deep enough where the fish can survive. Like, that's what I would love. As far as tank goes, like, yes, you could say, like, I want this giant tank, but you have to take care of it. And like, it's not easy and it's not cheap. So I want a big pond that the world takes care of, and that maybe I have to do a little bit. I do like 75-gallon tanks. I got this 135 with the 52 sump that me and Greg got to move into the house. That's going to be my bass tank. Oh, thank you, aquatic addictions. No, I don't edit. I don't even take multiple takes. If I mess up in my video, it's in the video. There's no outtakes. The whole video is probably a big outtake. Oh no, Greg, that acrylic is the worst. It's rough. It looks disgusting. You did try, so I do appreciate that, my brother, but I don't like it. I have to keep switching it up and down because it bends. The light warps it. And then so when I do a water change, I switch it to the other side, and then it warps it again. Dilly Dilly from New Jersey. How often do you feed your fish? Robert, Dilly Dilly. Once a day, sometimes once every 2 days, a very small amount. $180 is a nice size. Down south reefer, fresh or salt. Critter, rest in peace. I like my daughter's 10-gallon, takes 2 minutes to water change. Yeah, I know, right? I love my 13.5-gallon salt water. Takes, what does it take? 2 minutes to suck out the water and then rinse out whatever needs to be rinsed out in the chambers, and that's 2 minutes, and then another 2 minutes to put the water back in and wipe everything down. So I love the 15 minutes it takes to do water changes in tiny tanks. But don't get me wrong, I don't want like a million tiny tanks that I have to do all these water changes, because that's when it adds up. Hey Mike, is it okay to run a sponge, Chemi Pure Blue, and GFO and filter pad? I saw you change what you use in your saltwater tank. So I did run all that stuff, and I think it was stripping way too much out of the tank and causing some problems. So I've kept it even. No pickerel pond. I don't like pickerels anymore. Although I have caught some giant pickerels. I decided to keep it simple. I think I was putting too much in the filter. So now I have just filter floss, then Chemi Pure Blue, and a poly filter pad on top. That is it. I've taken the GFO out completely. It was just it wasn't needed, I don't think. And my tank is definitely benefiting without it. Yes, I'm still using those beer glasses to hold up the light. Haven't taken them down yet. Perfect beer glasses, perfect light stand, and you can't even see them. The tank is actually like really nice and clear. Considering, I just literally pulled 1 trillion plants out. It's looking pretty good. You finally can see like the background, plants, the nice tall plants coming through. I took a ton of Anubias out, a ton of Blixa out, cut everything back. I took a ton of Anubias out and tucked it back in. Put this nice driftwood in. Hopefully we can get the pleco to come out. Potato Gaming says his fish's name was a Bubble. What carpet plant? SP Rippins, Monte Carlo, you could probably get away with. The normal stuff. Does anybody want to come on and chat or talk about their YouTube channel and sort of like a self-promotion, I guess? $10:41. Definitely calling it quits soon. Got to have time to watch TV. Can't just cut off the chat and go right to bed. Got to watch something on TV and decompress. Yeah, I've tried to get JH on so much to talk about guppies. I love when Alex came on and showed his whole setup. That was amazing. I love watching his setup. It's so awesome. Unlucky Eddie's got to put a shirt on. And JH says he'll get in trouble with the girlfriend. Do you live in a porta potty, Joseph? Seriously? I'm just busting you, Joe. No biggie. Unlucky wants to be like, guy, gotta put a shirt on. I'm drinking my fucking moonshine, guy. And I just saw like 17 barracudas. Freshwater barracudas, though, with my four-wheeler that I just is needed to be fixed. That's like a mix between what Jeff B sounds like making fun of me, and then like I'm taking that in and trying to bust Unlucky Eddie's balls. But Now it's getting funny. Oh yeah, he's caught some pike. Joe lives in a small studio apartment, and if he decided to talk, his girlfriend would kill him. I think we need to meet your girlfriend, Joseph, because you often talk about how she will kill you if you talk. Because she works, I forget, does she work nights or does she goes to bed super early because she has to wake up at like 2 in the morning? I don't know. Robert, rainbows, I would say, yeah, they're a pretty good beginner fish. They're pretty hardy. I love my rainbow tank. Well, if she's hot and she loves you and she's a good person, probably want to get rid of some of your tanks, my man. Thank you, Down South Reaper. Appreciate that. There is literally no need. Like once you're a dad and a husband, and you know, I've always been this way anyway. But like, I cannot pretend. Like it's just this is who I am. Whatever. Thank you for watching, all 59 of you in the world. Um, it is what it is, folks. There's no need to pretend. You gotta be honest with yourself. Thanks for coming, Ryan. "19 tanks you have, Joe. Jeez Louise, that is a lot of tanks." Are you asking me, Rack? I hope not. You must know my email address already. Yes, Alex. I would like that. God damn it. Who wants to see Alex's setup? That way I can also take a piss. That would be special. Okay, copy. And then you go over here. Paste. Shorten. Copy. All right, here's the link. This is for Alex, but anybody who wants to come on and watch or shoot the shit for a while, come on in. Alex, everybody, be good. Let Alex join in first, and then you guys can come on in as well. We met Alex at the Aquatic Experience, and I absolutely love his whole setup. He did it all himself. Super, super cool. Rack is down from 15 to 15 from 22. There's the link. Hope it works. Reefer Madness wants to come on in and do a Jacques Cousteau narration. Go for it. Come on in, folks. Hopefully that link's working. Everybody can come on in. We'll do like 15, 20 minutes. Call it at 11. Everybody can have fun. Hit that share, folks. Hit the like. Come on in. Alex says not opening in phone. Oh, come on. Potato gaming, I do not know what that means. I'm not even going to bother. All right. I'm not sure what that is all about. I do not understand potato gaming. Shizzle. Lisa should. Oh, well, I can do this. I can. What? Why can't I copy that? Oh, there we go. Copy. Paste. Oh, I've done this before, Alex. I just emailed that to you. Thank you, Lisa. I don't know what he was talking about anyway. Yeah, you got to move into a big. Well, how much bigger do they get on the island anyway, Joe? Lisa, I did also just invite him through his email through the Google Hangouts. But anybody, Joe should come on. He'd be like, "Yeah, that's awesome, Mike. Dilly, Mike, you're doing great. I love your live stream." Oh shit! No, I'm watching TV. I gotta go. And Alex, time's running out. 10:49. Anybody else want to get on? I'll post a link. Alex is going to show off his awesome giant system. Dilly. Alex, we went from 63 to 50, man. That's 13 less people that have to see your gorgeous tank. My last live stream, they demonetized it for some reason. Whoa, there he is. He's outside. Alex, I am your father.
Are you my father?
Did the invite through the email work better than that Bitly link?
Yeah, for some reason, sometimes when you click it on your phone, like the original one, it takes you to the Play Store, but it won't open the stupid thing.
Yeah, Lisa sent you a link too, just in case. But you're clearly on.
I got yours. I'll give you the pretty filter so you can see the colors.
Oh, is that the Aquarium clip?
Yes, it is.
Doesn't that thing rock? Michael thinks it makes your tank look like someone peed in it, but I love it.
Hey, I think when you're trying to see what the colors really look like, it's pretty nice. So.
Holy shit! I can't wait to see.
There's a couple more coils in here.
What's that big giant hammer? Is that a hammer? What is that? A bubble? The giant one, giant green one.
That's my bubble.
Oh, that is gorgeous.
And there's the little bubble next to it.
Absolutely beautiful.
Yep, even got some clammies now.
Look at all those colors.
Somebody wants to clean us off.
And now this is which part of the system is this? What tank?
This is the 480 gallon reef. This is the 720, which don't mind the hair algae. It's a little bit of hair algae.
Just a tiny bit.
Yeah, I got to go in and do a trimming, but
how is that not affecting the next tank over? Isn't it on one giant sump?
Yeah, everything's all together. So this one, I finally got it cleared out, and the cleanup crew can now manage what's in here so far. But the nutrients got to export somewhere, so right now they're still in here. But, you know, there's literally, there's a fox face and now a rabbit fish because he got evicted to this tank over the weekend because he was misbehaving in the reef. And there's now 2 sea urchins and 1 snail. So they got a little piece of the rock cleaned off. they're working.
Yeah, well, at least that tank is sucking up all the nutrients to make the tank on the other side look amazing.
Yeah, the refuge is doing a pretty good job too. It's just a balancing act. It takes time.
Yeah, definitely. You're right. So why don't you? I'm gonna cut this off soon because I gotta chill before bedtime. But I would love everybody who's watching, because I just love watching your whole setup. Go view. Go show people the size of everything and how awesome it is.
All
The
right,
floor is
so this
yours.
is thank you. So this is the protein skimmer here. It's a DIY protein skimmer. I built it all myself. The bottom tank's a 60-gallon induction tank, and the skimmer cup is roughly the size of a 5-gallon bucket. Behind it's a 80-watt high output UV sterilizer, a commercial size calcium reactor from Geo. It's the biggest one they make. 150-gallon sump, 120-gallon sump tank, and then the big sump here is 265 gallons. So this is kind of behind the tanks here. They're both 8 feet long, 4 feet front to back. The reef tank's 2 feet tall. The fish tank is 3 feet tall. I have a walking platform back here, so you can get behind the tanks and actually walk behind them and see what's going on. As a matter of fact, I think got the blue lights running. Let me grab my top. One of my favorite views of this reef tank is to look at it from above, because it looks a whole lot different from this side.
Look at all those. Gorgeous.
So, yeah, that's one of the favorite things I like about this tank is being able to just look down from above. Makes maintenance a lot easier. So, but yeah, ton of filtration. I have the ceiling plastified to not let humidity destroy my house.
I know, I was gonna say. I know when you have a ton of tanks in one room, like the humidity can get out of control, especially if it's in a basement.
Yeah, so right now it's not too bad in here. It's 51%. It was up to 66%, which probably was at night when the lights shut off. But there's a dehumidifier, ventilation, uh, the plastic on the ceiling, tops on tanks. I try to minimize it as much as I can, and it works out pretty good. This is my algae-filled refuge tank right now, which is kind of a mess, but it's looking good. I have
Wow.
an absolute ton of microfauna in here, which, of course, now that I'm looking for it, I can't see any. Yeah, there's some, I think. Now, there's all kinds of little amphipods and stuff running all over in here. Oh, there's one. There's thousands of them in here, though. And I do keep a mantis shrimp in here, a big serpent star. Uh, so there's all kinds of stuff. There's even a resident bobbit worm in this tank right now.
A bobbit worm? What's that?
Not something you really want to think about before you go to bed.
Oh, nothing scares me.
Yeah, just look them up on YouTube. I don't have any videos yet, but they're pretty freaky. It's just a small one, so we can't really hurt anything in here. But they're capable of taking fish and stuff if they
Oh, is
get
that
big
the one
enough.
that comes out of the sand and like just like grabs the fish with like a death, like kind of like Star
Yep.
Wars?
Yeah, that's it right there.
What Boba Fett fell into?
Yeah. So, well, the skimmer's been doing good. I just cleaned it out on Sunday, so it's already producing a nice skim for me. Overall things are doing good in the tanks, though.
Awesome. That one looks amazing.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what this is going to look like in another year or so. And, you know, I just have a handful of small SBS frags now, and I haven't killed them yet, so that's a good thing.
I haven't yet to keep any like halfway decent SBS. Just can't. Don't have the time to try to take care of them.
Yeah, I've always been a big clam, anemone, LPS guy, and, you know, that's why I really wanted to split this tank up and make this a really nice low flow section, and then get this really high flow over here. But yeah, everything's been doing pretty good. Fish have been doing good, other than the algae in here, and, you know, a couple of misbehaving fish that got kicked out of the reef. My red cigar wrasse had to go. He decided that it was really fun to flip the clams over half dozen times a day, and including the big one. All the Weslephelias uprooted this bubble coral, and the rabbitfish decided that he liked the taste of the Weslephelias, and that was kind of the final straw for both of them. Which I discovered he also took a couple chunks out of the bottom of that hand can, and you can't really see it, but there's a small acrofrag in the center that got like half of its skeleton eaten off, and only a sea urchin or the rabbitfish could have done it, and I tend to believe that the rabbitfish did it because if a sea urchin decided it was something to eat, it would not leave until it's gone. So, but we'll keep an eye on everything. Overall, though,
everything looks awesome.
Yeah.
Especially that corner right there looks really good.
Yeah. No, it's looking great, and I want to add a few more frog spawns and hammer varieties in here over time, and then I'm thinking doing some torch corals in here. So, and then I'm just going to start slowly adding clams all over the tank too.
Yeah, it's going to be a couple of years. This thing's going to be amazing.
I hope so.
Joseph's asking, Mike, what kind of lights do you have on the 40-gallon behind you? How off the tank do you run it? That's a Marineland planted LED, and I would say it's about like 8 or 10 inches above the top.
So that's my water return there. I pipe up to the ceiling and then drop into each tank.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Well, next time you come into the Chicago area, you'll have to let me know.
That'll be absolutely never again.
Come on, you want to come back and just have that Portillo's.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I like the website. The steak I had at the website grill was way better than anything I ate that whole 5 days.
Well, you look like a train wreck for most of them.
Of course, it costs like $50 though. So
yeah, sky's the limit with food in Chicago. So,
well, I appreciate you coming on real quick and showing us your tank. I always like to see what's going on because it's such a cool system.
Thank you.
But I'm going to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. I'd like to thank Alex for showing us his tank. I'd like to thank my wrench, Lisa, who has no mercy and has done a great job as always. She always does a great job. It's very helpful to have someone to monitor the chat while you're, talking and ranting and, talking about stupid stuff that at least 62 people are listening about. Honeybee has missed the live chat. It's 4 a.m. Yes, sorry. It is UK. It is difficult for UK time. So Alex, I'd like to tell you to have a good night, brother.
Well, thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
And everybody who's watching, I'd like to thank you and thanks for joining everybody in the chat. And I'm going to be out.